We'll start with Joe Smith from The Athletic.
This question is for Kevin. Hey, Kevin, I know we talked to you yesterday. You didn't really have a lot of time before your game to discuss this with the team, but now that you had time, what went into the process for you and the Lightning teammates today on making this decision, and why do you feel it's important to go through with this postponement?
Well, we obviously had a chance to talk as a team last night, and, I think this morning it went beyond that, and we all got together as players to try to figure out, what sort of direction we were going to be going in here. We got to speak with some of the players in the bubble in Edmonton, and when we realized that they were Vancouver and Vegas, I think we're considering sitting out tonight, and got to speak with them and speak with Ryan Reeves and talk about obviously the issue at hand and how important this is. I think it was something that we were all fully behind, and obviously with what transpired yesterday and the other leagues sitting out, I think we felt that we took our time and were able to process this as a whole and speak as a group of players and make the right decision. And today I think unified us as a group to realize that any Black player in this league, any Black player who's a kid coming up playing hockey, can feel like that they have a voice, can feel like that the NHL and the sport itself is a safe place, and a place that, obviously in a predominantly white sport, they feel alienated, but they have the support of every single one of us. And that's what we're striving to achieve here is inclusion and making sure that everyone feels welcome in the sport of hockey.
Next question, Andrew Gross, Newsday.
Hey, Anders, I was wondering, can you sort of take me, we spoke yesterday after the game, and obviously you were just coming off the ice and it was kind of hitting you, as you did that. Can you sort of take us from an Islander standpoint, what happened from that point through the discussions today, and what do you have to do, as a player, as a team, as an NHLPA going forward, once games resume, to make sure the message stays strong?
Yeah, so, we had obviously just got off the ice last night when you asked me about this, and we were clearly not as informed as we are today about what was going on in the other leagues, and had an opportunity to see what the NBA had done, the MLB and so forth. Conversations last night, woke up this morning. I was seeing these guys around here in the bubble, and we are, as a union, as a players, we got together and started having these conversations that we needed to have. And then we did the same as a team after our video session, looking forward to tonight. But we weren't sure what was going to happen, and we wanted to make sure we had these conversations first before anything, obviously. And I think just, we came to understand and to really have that opportunity to support, our fellow Black players in this league. And they weren't comfortable playing. We were right behind them. And I think, that inclusion, that support that we have for them is, extremely important. And there's a lot of stuff that, I don't have the answers to moving forward, but it's a conversation. It's these times to reflect that we need to have as a group, as not just in the hockey community, but outside of that as well. And, I think, continuing to do our best to make a difference is what we have to continue to do moving forward. And there's not a lot there. It doesn't sound like that, but the answers are out there, and hopefully we can find them.
Next question, John Waro, Associated Press.
Just for Zdeno, it's John Worrell with the AP. You've been in this league for a long time, and what do you make of how things have at least changed from the player standpoint in reaching a decision like this and the voice that you guys have in making this decision here?
I mean, it's just the fact that you're just having these open conversations. Even you are battling on the ice for obviously moving on in the round and competing for Stanley Cup, but off the ice, we all recognize that we are in the same boat, and we are obviously united, and we support the stand that other major leagues did, and obviously we thought it was the right thing to do for us to take the stand, and I think it's just a conversation. You just see that from years back, this was probably, it would be very challenging to accomplish something like this. But in these days, we have this platform, and obviously with this platform and technology, the communications are obviously much faster, and you can get the message out there much quicker.
Next question, Alan Creda, New York Times.
Thanks to you guys for doing this. Means a lot. This is for Anders and by extension, Kevin. As I know you guys from New York, so socially aware, socially conscious. What does it mean personally to be the face of this message for your fellow players?
No, I think, we have this platform as professional athletes and hockey players to make our communities a better place. And I think Kevin and I, as you know, are happy to do that. Same with James and Zdeno here and all the guys in the league that are, coming together on something that we think has an opportunity to be better in the outside world. And anytime you have an opportunity to do that, I think you have a good chance to, in a position that we're in, to do that. So, it's just, you try to do the right thing, and we're trying to do that today in the support of our teammates and everyone around the league and obviously in our communities.
Yeah, and I think, just to touch on that, as we discussed today with other teams, there are many more guys who could be sitting up here and delivering this message who were involved in these conversations today. So by no means, I think, do we view ourselves as a face of this. We want every NHLer to become the face of this movement. And I think that's the most important thing, is that this isn't just limited to one guy. This is everyone getting behind this and making sure that, everyone knows that it's a full 100% commitment.
Next question, Charlie O'Connor, The Athletic.
Hi guys, this is for James. Akeem Alou told TSN today that you, Scott Lawton, and Kevin reached out to Chris Stewart last night for advice on all this. Can you, I guess, talk about what that conversation was like, and also what inspired you to make that call?
Yeah, I actually reached out to him this morning. I only got a chance to play with Stewie for obviously this season, but I've gotten to know him really well and really respect him as a teammate and as a friend, and obviously him being a part of the Hockey Diversity Alliance. Just wanted to, again, reach out to him as someone, again, who's been involved in some of these other conversations that are being had and stuff like that. And obviously for us, I think, again, we're trying to do the right thing and looking for things we can do to show support and kind of be a part of this. And that was kind of the reason why a few of us reached out to him, to try to, again, start some of these conversations and just, again, see what we could do to try to help things in this case.
We can do a couple more questions for the guys. Ken Campbell, Hockey News.
Yes, I guess I'll go to Zdeno on this one. Zdeno, I mean, we've got a situation here where there's going to be 2 days without hockey, 2 days without a lot of sports. And I'm assuming that the purpose of all of this is to have people reflect on these things and think about them. As players, what do you hope to accomplish by doing what you're doing? And what would you suggest people maybe reflect on at this time when they're not watching hockey?
Well, I think that we had these conversations, among ourselves this morning with our teams, and obviously around the league and as a union that these days needs to be used in the right manner. Obviously, we need to step back, reflect a little bit, just to take a little moment to realize what's going on. Obviously, there's a problem in the States, and there's a obviously right reason to kind of why all the major sports are doing what they're doing right now to kind of make sure that we all realize that needs to be changed, and obviously start with the conversations and acts that it's going to be very important to follow.
Last question, Eric Engels, Sportsnet.
Hey guys, this question is for any one of you. At the beginning of this tournament, we saw Matt Dumba kneel for the anthem. And I don't know how you guys view that in retrospect, but with you guys all coming together on this initiative and making this decision today, do you think it opens up the possibility that you won't stop yourself from protesting in that kind of manner, knowing that there's more people involved in this discussion now?
I think again, it's a chance if a guy like Matt Dumba wants to protest and make a stand and act in a certain way to share his beliefs. I think we all as players believe that he should have every opportunity to do that. Obviously, now, as a group, as we make a stand here, it certainly opens the door for that. But at the same time, I think, we always felt like we try to create a sort of safe haven for our players and fellow peers to do that. So, I think that would be kind of our feeling with that going forward.